Hi, so I originally was making this video for my sister. I purchased for her birthday the same instrument that I have. Um, it's actually sitting right over here. It's a little microcurrent LED facial contraption that I got from my esthetician, and essentially I got it originally just to help with like some of the wrinkles and stuff like that. I'm in my 40s, I won't say exactly how old, but I have pretty good skin considering my age. Right now it's a little red and flushed because it's hot inside. Plus I also just washed my face. I will say that this instrument has done a pretty good job of helping possibly firm my skin, but help with some of the discoloration, you know, the little brown marks that you get from sun and age. But also a couple of years back, I broke out really bad with my autoimmune disease, rosacea and perioral dermatitis. And I believe that this particular instrument, the blue light on it especially, has been quite helpful for it. So I didn't find any good videos on how to use this contraption, so I wanted to help people out and kind of give them some guidance on how to use it. So anyhow, I'll also give you an idea of what kind of regimen I have here. So you can buy this ultrasonic gel online. My esthetician actually refills mine for free since I spent a little extra money to buy the machine from her. You can get these LED microcurrent facial devices on Amazon for a fraction of the price. I do think she recommended that you get one with like the 4 electrodes here. It emits different colors of LED for different types of skin healing, that sort of thing. But again, the gel you can order online. It's just what they use for ultrasounds. When you're doing the treatment here, you're just going to put a nice little blob and mix it about 50-50. Supposed to be purified water because with, you know, electricity, of course, any minerals in the water might interfere with that. But I'm honestly just using water from my system, which comes from the well, and then it goes through a salt filter. So I also like the CeraVe cleanser. It's the hydrating cleanser, not the foaming one. When you have sensitive skin or a broken facial barrier, this one's really good. You just use a little bit on your finger with some lukewarm water and rub it in. No scrubbing necessary, but you can get the Walmart Equate version for quite a bit less. The Dollar Tree, as a matter of fact, sells some pretty good, I looked at the ingredients on these, but you can get retinols and hyaluronic acid and vitamin C. I also like going to Ulta. It's inexpensive to buy their retinol there, which is really good, and their niacinamide. And then I really like their azelaic acid. These are some recommendations from my esthetician. And the retinol, as you know, you want to be careful during the summer when you're using that because it'll make your skin more sensitive, but it does help reduce wrinkles. And of course, you want to wear a sunscreen during the day that doesn't have like sodium lauryl sulfate and methylparabens and all that junk. There is, I think, methylparaben, as a matter of fact, or one of those in here, sodium lauryl sulfate, sodium something else. It's not super natural, but I have found this does not irritate my face. I like to use this on my forehead. I like the vitamin C serum for any like aging spots, brown discoloration. I like the squalene retinol from The Ordinary. It gets like really, really good reviews. So you want to use that on like maybe even your chest and your forehead and eye areas when you have wrinkles at night. And the niacinamide and the zinc is really good for, you know, other types of conditions where your skin needs healing. So maybe if you have discolorations or if you need your pores to be tightened, as a matter of fact, is why I got the niacinamide and zinc. Whereas the azelaic acid is good for, you know, redness. If you have rosacea or breakouts, it's really a wonder. But the deal is you can actually put a couple of drops of this mixture into the gel that you're going to be applying to your face, because the thought of this electric instrument is that when you're using it, it's actually going to help get those products into your pores a little bit better. I usually actually don't do that. I normally put it on afterwards. I think I'm going to start incorporating probably like the retinol would be fine for all over my face. So I might start incorporating that later on. But I suppose we'll get down to business on getting going on this. So make sure to wash your face thoroughly. You don't want to be, you know, opening up your pores and putting anything back in. Essentially, you're going to want to, like I said, just put a nice little blob of your ultrasound gel. Do not use aloe vera. I tried to use that. as a continuity type of gel, and it actually burned my face. I was having some sort of reaction. So just use the gel, it's cheap. And then use, you know, your purified water, 50-50. And then if you have like a little glass jar and maybe a mixing brush, mix it up until it's a nice gelatinous consistency. And then you're going to actually apply it to like half your face. Or if you're starting, you can even, if this is your first time, let's see, turn. Then maybe what you want to do is just do a little part at a time. But the whole thing is I'm only going to show you one half of the face. You can do the rest on your own. You can go back to the video if you want. But yeah, just apply it along your face and down to your neck. The one place that you don't want to get this instrument on is your thyroid. Apparently it can disrupt your thyroid, and none of us need any more thyroid problems. So anyhow, apply it liberally. Make sure you use about half of what you put in the bowl there. And then what I like to do is at least this particular model, you turn it on, and you can, there's several different levels like of intensity. I've been doing this a while, so I'm good with just doing full blast. And I'm going to start off with the red light. The red light induces, like, you know, collagen and, you know, just overall natural healing. And I'm going to kind of give you the same guide as what my esthetician kind of taught me to do. So you start here at the base of the side of your neck, and you come up over the jawline, and you hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pulses. This thing pulses. It feels like it's kind of sucking your face. It's kind of weird. And then we'll do a little bit more forward so that we're getting all of the neck minus where the thyroid is, which is where on a guy's throat, right above the Adam's apple would be. So hold it here. And then roll around the cheek area for about 5 or 6 times. Then the next part, we're going to go ahead and loosen up your lymphatic area. You know, a lot of people have like puffy, baggy eyes. This actually helps loosen up that lymphatic area and do some drainage. And so you want to go ahead and back and forth, and then go to the edge of your eye and then down the side of your neck and hold, because it's going to move it into your main lymph route and hopefully wash all those toxins and all that fluid out into your body so it can be expelled for later. But you do this 3 times, back and forth, up into your eye. Don't worry, you're not going to get blinded by the light. And then go down. In fact, I read a study recently that I think it's a red light. I don't know. One of the colors of light helps with your eyesight or something, but this has been around for a while. Jennifer Aniston, I think, does this, and she looks pretty good. Back and forth, trying to get right underneath the lower eyelid. And then down and hold like for the 5. For some reason, she told me like the count of 5 is kind of the magic number. Then we're going to go here to the edge of your eye and then hold it to where the little prongs are actually touching the right outside of your eye. Give it 5 pulses. And that's going to tighten up those little wrinkle lines we get when we're older. And then we're going to clip this bottom electrode right at the top of the eyebrow here to kind of help with your eyebrow lift, and pulse for 5. Isn't that weird looking? How you doing? And then if it doesn't hurt, because for some reason in the middle of the head it can, you oftentimes get a lot of little wrinklies right there, and so just kind of slowly move upwards and rotate towards the scalp line to kind of firm and tone, because what you're doing is getting your body or getting your skin to produce collagen. That's the whole point of doing this type of thing. You're getting like a little mini workout with your muscles at the same time. So just kind of roll up Now you can shift this light to green, and green is actually good for taking away like age spots and that sort of stuff. I notice I get on the top of my forehead like little kind of some browning sometimes, and that has to do with liver too. So maybe intermittent fasting, drinking lots of water, not eating fake food, and maybe taking milk thistle or digestive aids might help kind of with your liver there. But those are kind of like liver age spots, and so you can just go round and round and round with the green light on all those kind of ugly skin discolorations. I think the best part about this one is when I change it to the blue. There we go. Ah. Can't hardly tell there. Anyway, there's blue. So on this one, you put it on your lip and you let it pulse for 5, and it's weird. It's like it's stuck in your face. And then you go back and forth on your lips 5 times. I'm using blue because this is where I was getting kind of the adult acne, and as long as I seem to use this and stick to my diet of low carbohydrates and meal spacing, not snacking but only eating a couple meals 5 hours apart, intermittent fasting, and trying to have a less stressed life, that seems to help a lot too. So I'll get my nose too. A lot of us have like pores now. I don't use abrasives on my face, like hardly ever, but apparently it's really good to exfoliate, maybe with like one of those kind of pumicey scrubbers once in a while. But if you have like rosacea or compromised skin barrier, you just don't want to do that sort of thing. Just let it heal. Use vitamin E. That's a good one too to put all over your face. But when you have a skin disorder, just so you know, unless it's because you were in a fire and got like 3rd-degree burns or something, it's all about like your digestion. It's all about like allergies and that sort of thing. So you need to take a hard look at your diet if you're having that sort of stuff going on. I know I did, and it helped tremendously. Could be kind of like a perimenopause thing going on too. But so essentially you're going to do that. Mine will power off after a certain amount of time, so you need to find out when that's going to be, but that's normally enough time to do one side of the face. I will say for the abrasives, as I was getting back, this one that I picked up at Ulta, the micro delivery exfoliating facial wash, you only need like a tiny bit of it. It is expensive. I think it's like 20 something bucks, but it works so good on scrubbing out like the dead skin, because you do want to exfoliate if your skin barrier is not compromised. But all legit products, like these are all legit. Like I feel these are pretty wholesome ones. So when I'm done here, I'm going to go ahead and just lightly pat off with some water, get this stuff off of my face, the goo, and then I'll be putting some retinol under my eyes, and I'll be putting some niacinamide on my nose where I have the pores with the zinc there, and then I'll be putting the ordinary azelaic acid around my chin area where I had that perioral or dermatitis. So anyhow, I hope this was helpful, and if you have any further questions, feel free to make a comment below if I actually post this to YouTube, or contact me where my contact information is. Thank you.